the runners in the upstate, to have a first-class facility like this that's specifically designed for them, it's just something you're not going to find in a lot of other places around the state. To have a completely sodded course that's irrigated, that has sound systems throughout the entire facility, and that's also very spectator-friendly, where the parents can see their children competing in a sport multiple times without having to move a lot. I mean, it's just really one of the only facilities in the state like this.
And what kind of response have you gotten from the parents who've watched them out here with all that?
So the parents have had a great experience out here. They've enjoyed, obviously, being able to have paved parking lots. They've enjoyed that our school district and our schools put forth the effort to have golf carts that shuttle the spectators that are maybe a little older or those that might be injured. We'll get them up and down and to the areas of the cross-country course that they can see their athletes competing the best. So the spectators have loved the facility, and just everybody, once they get up here and see what's behind me, just remark at what a beautiful facility it is here in Anderson. Well, I think it's a challenging course because it's been the first year, and so kids come over here and they want to always beat their personal best times. I think what you'll see over the next couple of years is kids will understand that their time on this course is going to be treated a little different, and they'll try to beat their time as they start to come over here more times out of the year. They'll know this course is a lot different. Dorman High School has hosted the state qualifier meet several times. It's another very difficult course, and kids just understand my time's going to be a little bit slower compared to other flat cross-country courses. But again, I think the true cross-country athletes, they don't want this to be track. They want it to be a challenge. They want there to be those elevations throughout the course so that they can truly see who the best cross-country runners are.
And before this, there were safety issues on them just trying to train, right?
Well, we haven't had too many issues, but obviously as an athletic director, you want to provide your kids with the best training opportunity. You want them to be in safe environments, and you also want them to be able to push themselves on different levels. So our kids at T.O. and Westside can come out here and get in some of their long course days. They can also work on our tracks in the fall to get in some of their short, more sprint work done, and give them the best opportunity to be successful in cross country.
But it's gotten them off the roads where we used to see them running all the time.
I think years ago, I think that was a staple of T.O. cross country, was up and down 81, which obviously is not something we want to do with our athletes. We want to provide them with good, safe environments for them, to practice what they need to do to be successful in their sport.
And this course, you think going forward will be something that really helps define and make better teams?
Well, I think we're going to have an advantage being able to train on a course like this all the time. I think our kids have started to embrace the difficulty, and then they've also started to notice when they get to other courses, how they're seeing it as an advantage that they've trained on a space like this. We'll get more and more opportunities throughout the year as the seasons go on for our kids to get over here more often and get to training, and I think it's going to enable us to get our cross-country program back to where it's traditionally been, which is one of the best programs in the state.
Well, for a lot of cross-country coaches, we make our own courses around the school. So having one that's already designed and built for us that is complex as this is allowing our athletes to define themselves as athletes. This course was kind of difficult. So as the season went on, our athletes realized that it was kind of tough coming out here. You got a little bit of everything. You got grass, you got the hills, you got the mulch, you got concrete, you got the cement, you got a little bit of everything. So being able to run on this course out here and then going to other places where they have a cross-country facility on flat, it was easier for them to have a better time, and our course helped to do that.
Do you think this will attract more folks to cross country having a good facility?
I really do. I think there's a lot of people that are wanting to know what we have here in Anderson. Our cross-country course has been talked about amongst a lot of the other schools, so everybody's interested in knowing what we have. And this location was a great location. With 27 acres, we're able to do a whole lot with it. So, yes, hopefully we're going to attract more schools.
And I mentioned to him, it's a safer place to train than has been traditionally too, right?
Yes, it's off the road, and it's in a safe environment. We don't have a whole lot of traffic that's to and from, and we have, paramedics that are always close by. So it's good for our athletes.
And you touched on this, but you think this is going to make your teams better and better having this kind of course to train on?
I do. Being able to train on a difficult course makes it easy when you go somewhere that is not as difficult. So my kids at state qualifier all PR'd with their times, and that's thanks to this course out here.
Since the district planned this, what was the initial goal and the idea of cooperating and doing in partnership with YMCA to develop this facility?
Well, the goal is to create a premier facility, and to do that, we decided to partner with the YMCA. The YMCA, obviously, they had a massive project going on at the same time, and so a lot of times, you don't want to duplicate services. And this is a massive parcel of property of the YMCA, and then a very generous gift by Mr. Johnny Tucker kind of pushed us over the edge. Again, the additional 27 acres is what took this to a completely different level. I think what you see here, behind me and around me, it's unlike anything else that you see in the state or really in the Southeast. I mean, it's a premier facility. We've had great feedback from not only the students, but also from, students and coaches from across the state who, had the opportunity to see it.
And do you hope that this will become a hub for like tournaments and become like a tourist destination for those kind of things?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. The goal is to land large races, large meets. I think, whenever you have a facility like this, you're going to naturally draw people. The big thing right now is just get people to, lay eyes on it. It's a kind of a hard thing to explain. You can show them pictures, show them marketing material, show them drones, but until you're here in person, it's kind of hard to understand the scope of it.
This will include not only high school tournaments, but you're hoping for college tournaments too, right?
Yeah, and actually, not necessarily in regards to a tournament, but we've already talked to Anderson University and Boise State about having the Boise State run out here in June. And, that's a great opportunity because those are people from all over South Carolina that come here and spend several days in Anderson. And for them to have the opportunity to see it and then go back into their communities and let people know, what Anderson has, we view that as a great opportunity.
You finished your first full season of cross country. Is there anything that needs to be added, or y'all can still do out here?
Oh, we're very happy with it. I mean, obviously, every meet's kind of a new learning experience. This is our first full season where we have everything under it, kind of covered. I think the biggest feedback we've received is from a lot of the spectators, even having, golf carts shuttling people, because, cross-country courses aren't necessarily the most easy to navigate, particularly ones who, almost the better the course, the nicer the course. I mean, you're going to have hills, you're going to have things like that. It's one thing if you're running kind of in a flat pasture, but, that's not what we have here. We have kind of a premier facility running through the woods, a lot of elevation changes. So, having the golf cart shuttles, having, fully stocked volunteers, that goes a long way and kind of sets us apart.
And it was mentioned earlier, but the parents, because of technology, can actually follow their kids as they run through the woods and they can't see them, right?
Correct. Yeah. No, I mean, top of the line timing system. It's what you would see in, collegiate level meets. Because, again, you can't skimp on any of the small details when, you've got a facility like this. Again, I think that's one thing that our students have been able to greatly benefit from here, and I think that everybody's been able to kind of recognize.